Weapons and combat are a huge part of Minecraft, and with the game constantly bringing out new updates and drops, lots has changed over the last few years. And to some, it can be quite confusing. Don't worry though, as today I'll be breaking down everything you need to know in the Ultimate Minecraft Weapons Guide. Before we start, I want to mention that weapons work very differently on Java and Bedrock. This was even surprising to me, as I thought things were pretty much the same, but actually, they're not. Firstly, on Java Edition, weapons have a cooldown duration, which changes not only depending on the weapon, but also the tier of weapon. This was implemented way back in the PvP update, but essentially every time you swing, you have to wait a certain amount of time before you can swing again. You can of course swing during the cooldown phase, but you'll do a lot less damage, making your weapon extremely ineffective. Over on Bedrock Edition, this feature does not exist, meaning you can literally just spam your sword with no negative effect. It's also good to know that you can critical hit with your melee weapons. A critical hit occurs when you jump, and as you are on the way back down, you swing, and you'll actually do more damage. A total of times 1.5 damage per swing. You'll know if you've achieved a crit hit, as particles will appear around the player or mob when you hit them. Within this guide, I'm going to be separating the damage on Java and Bedrock, as the damage per second changes because of the cooldown effect. Now that we've got all that ironed out and you've left a like on the video, hopefully, let's talk about the 6 main weapons currently in the game. I know you're probably excited for the Mace, so I'll start with that one first. This weapon right here is the Mace, and is not only the newest weapon added to Minecraft, but also the rarest weapon in the game. The Mace actually has really good durability, as it can be used 500 times before breaking. To craft this weapon, you need 2 items. A breeze rod, which can be collected when killing the new breeze mob, and a heavy core, which can be found within the trial chambers as a rare item inside the ominous vaults. Now, trial chambers can also be a little confusing, so if you want to learn more about the trial chambers, keys, spawners, vaults, and much more, I've got a full guide which is one of the most popular guides on YouTube, link in the description. So the Mace only does 3 hearts per hit, with a 1.6 second cooldown, which I'll be honest, isn't the best, but that's not actually its intended use. You see, the Mace does more damage when you drop from a high place. For the first 3 blocks, you'll do +2 hearts of damage. For the next 5, you'll do +1 extra damage per block. And for any blocks you fall after this, you'll do half a heart of damage extra. This means if you fall from high enough, you can literally one-shot pretty much any mob in the game. But, let's be honest, how often are you in a situation like this for the Mace to be effective? Not too often, unless you carry around one of these bad boys. This is a wind charge, and helps give you some lift off the ground, making this the best item to combo with the Mace. Also, it's good to know that if you hit a cluster of mobs, one mob will take the damage, and the others will be hit with some serious knockback. Moving on to the most common choice of weapon now, the swords. All swords in the game have a 0.625 second cooldown, and there's a total of 6 tiers, starting with wood. This can be crafted with 1 stick and 2 of any wood kind. It has a total of 59 uses on Java and 60 over on Bedrock. On Java, you'll do 2 hearts of damage per hit, or roughly 3.2 hearts per second, and over on Bedrock, you'll do 2.5 hearts per hit. Next is the stone sword, crafted with 1 stick and either 2 cobblestone, 2 blackstone, or 2 deep slate. This has 131 uses on Java and 132 on Bedrock, and will do 2.5 hearts per hit on Java, which is 4 hearts per second, and on Bedrock, 3 hearts per hit. Iron swords are made with 1 stick and 2 iron ingots. The durability is 250 on Java and 251 on Bedrock, and does 3 hearts per hit, which is on average 4.8 hearts per second on Java, and on Bedrock Edition, that's 3.5 hearts per hit. I don't even know why I'm bothering with this next one. Gold is crafted with 1 stick and 2 gold ingots. It has a whopping 32 durability on Java and 33 on Bedrock. it only does 2 hearts of damage, 3.2 hearts per second, and on Bedrock 2.5 hearts per hit. Useless. The diamond sword is next, created with 1 stick and 2 diamonds. I'm sensing a crafting pattern here. It has a reasonable 1,561 uses on Java and 1,562 on Bedrock. Over on Java, it's doing 3.5 hearts per hit or a 5.6 hearts per second. Bedrock does a bit more with 4 hearts per hit. Finally, we have the goat sword, Netherite. This is made a little bit differently. First, you have to make a diamond sword and combine it with a Netherite ingot and a Netherite upgrade template in the smithing table. This will do 4 hearts per hit on good old Java with a 6.2 hearts per second, and on Bedrock that's 4.5 hearts per hit. Now before I move on, there's 2 more things. First off, these are not crit damage results. You can do more damage by critical hitting, just times the number by 1.5. Secondly, we're mega close to 50,000 subscribers. If you could do me the honours of subscribing, that would be fantastic. Now let me ask you a question. Sorry, that was terrible. Yep, before we get to some ranged attacks, I want to touch on axes, as believe it or not, they are actually pretty overpowered, unless you're on Bedrock. Bedrock doesn't add any extra damage, so if you're a Bedrock player, don't bother using this as a weapon. If you are a Java player, however, I've got some good news for you. So the upside of using the axe is that it does ×2 extra damage per hit, and can disable shields, but sadly has a slower cooldown. So let's see which is actually better. So going forward, this section will be covering Java Edition only, but interestingly enough, unlike the swords, the axe changes its cooldown length depending on the tier. And even more interesting is how the durability works. When using a wooden axe to chop down a tree, you'll be blessed with 60 durability, but if you use it as a weapon, the durability will only be 30. This is because if you use it as a weapon, the durability takes up 2 rather than 1. So going forward, these are the weaponized axes durabilities. The wooden axe is created with 2 sticks and 3 planks of any wood type. It does 3.5 hearts per hit, has a 1.25 second cooldown, and on average hits for 2.8 hearts per second. For reference, that's better than the stone sword. The stone axe can be crafted with 2 sticks and either 3 cobblestone, 3 deep slate, or 3 blackstone. It has 66 durability, hits for 4.5 hearts, again has a 1.25 second cooldown, but does 3.6 hearts per second. Iron axes are made with 2 sticks and 3 iron ingots. They have 125 uses, hit for 4.5 hearts, this time have a 1.1 second cooldown and do 4.05 hearts per second. Okay, back to gold now. This can be made with 2 sticks and 3 gold ingots. And guess what? Has a whopping total of 16 hits before it breaks. Is there even any point? It does 3.5 hearts per hit, has a 1 second cooldown and hits for 3.5 hearts per second. Moving on to diamond, that can be made with 2 sticks and 3 diamonds. This has a total of 781 durability, does 4.5 hearts per hit, a 1 second cooldown and 4.5 hearts per second. Finally is the ultimate Netherite axe, crafted by combining a diamond axe with a Netherite ingot and an upgrade template in the smithing table. This has a huge 1016 durability and does 5 hearts per hit, has a 1 second cooldown, meaning on average 5 hearts per second. Pretty deadly. Right, okay, this is where things really start to get juicy. This is a bow. And the first ranged weapon on this list. Bows can be crafted with 3 sticks and 3 string. They only work when they're combined with the correct ammunition, which in this case is arrows. Arrows are crafted with 1 flint, 1 feather and 1 stick. You can also get them from Fletcher trades, skeletons or loot chests. Now these bad boys have a total of 384 durability and are used by drawing back the bow after each shot. At full drawback, which takes over 1 second, you'll do do a critical hit which does between 3 and 3.5 hearts of damage. If you draw back for 1 second, then you'll do 3 hearts. If you don't fully draw the bow back and you only draw for 0.2 to 0.9 seconds, you'll hit for 2.5 hearts. And finally, if you spam your bow for less than 0.1 second, you'll only do half a heart of damage. It's important to know 2 things about bows. Firstly, the longer you draw your bow back for, the further your arrow will travel. Secondly, arrows dip depending on distance. If you're shooting at something pretty far away, it will have some fall off and travel time, meaning you'll not only have to shoot higher, but also in front of a moving target. As well as enchanting bows, you can also dip the arrows, which creates tipped arrows. These are a great way to add either a positive or negative potion effect to your target. Moving on to the crossbow, which I love talking about because they have a secret no one seems to know about. These are crafted with 3 sticks, 2 string, a tripwire hook, and an iron ingot. Not only can you craft these, but you can get them from Fletcher trades, loot chests, or by killing pillagers with the weapon. They have a total of 464 durability on Java and 465 on Bedrock. Just like bows, they use arrows for ammunition, but unlike bows, they can be pre-loaded. Crossbows take 1.25 seconds to draw back, but this time they stay loaded in your inventory. On Java Edition, a crossbow does between 3.5 to 5.5 hearts per hit, but on Bedrock they do consistently 4.5. Now here's where the magic comes in, and comment if you already knew this information or not, but crossbows can be loaded with explosives. Yes, that's right, you can put literal fireworks inside a crossbow. Not only that, but they do 7 to 9 hearts worth of damage, which if you ask me is pretty deadly. I'll quickly show you how to do this. First you'll need a firework, which can be obtained by first crafting any sort of dye, gunpowder and fire chargers, which will then create firework stars, and it should say large ball white, if you chose the white dye of course. Anyway, you want to combine the firework stars with paper and gunpowder and spread about the stars. Craft as many fireworks as you can from this. Now to get this to work, just place your fireworks into your offhand, load them up and get exploding. I've saved the Trident to last, purely because of its great ability to be used both as a melee weapon and a ranged weapon. Believe it or not, these cannot be crafted, and you have to actually obtain them as a rare drop from drowned zombies, or from vaults in the trial chambers. These do 4.5 hearts per hit with a 0.91 second cooldown, which brings them to a 4.9 hearts per second. When using them as a ranged weapon, however, they charge faster than bows, and do 4 hearts per hit. Tridents also don't get slowed when you fire them underwater, unlike the bow. The only downside is tridents on their own must be reobtained. This is of course unless you have the correct enchantments on them. What's interesting is that all these weapons can be massively improved through the use of enchantments. If only I had a perfectly created enchantment guide which showed you exactly what enchantments to put on your weapons and armor for maximum efficiency. Oh wait, I do. Subscribe and I'll see you there.